What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name, of course, is Multi-Kills HD, and today in this video I want to talk about something that I recently saw, and I wanted to comment on it because I think this is a great thing that these two companies are doing, and I think all these other companies should follow in their steps. Now, we all remember Flappy Bird. Flappy Bird was a game that lasted around a week, maybe even two at tops, and it became the #1 game on the mobile market for Android and Apple phones. So it's pretty impressive that a game that came out of nowhere gained the most popularity any other games ever had in the world, and it was on mobile, and it was also free, which is really kind of unusual for a game to be #1 and free. So something happened a couple days ago, and they took action. So Flappy Birds was taken down by the owner, who said that it was causing too many complications to his life, and he also said there was a lot of things going on that he didn't like the users. He didn't like the users staying on all day, missing all their free time, and the developers' claims was everybody was staying indoors, not doing anything, and they were pretty much wasting their entire life playing Flappy Birds. So the developer ended up pulling Flappy Birds, which was the #1 selling game on them both marketplaces, Android and iTunes, and dropped the game entirely. Now, shortly after this happened, a lot of people were making fake games with Flappy Bird in the title, making similar, kind of copyrighted games in an instance. I mean, they were taking the same idea, changing the background, and doing the same exact thing and trade selling it for actual money. So, because of all these people doing this, and the game being pulled at such big hype that was going on for the game, Apple and Google have decided to take a different approach for this than normal. Normally, in the past, they would just go ahead and let people do this. If they wanted to, they had the permission to copy a game pretty much, upload it, use the same title, or make it like Flappy Bird that was, to Flappy Bird Mania or something, Flappy Bird Boy, or Flappy Boy, whatever the case was, really. They were just altering the name and generating views with pretty much the same content, pretty much the same title. They would just alter it just a tad little bit. So Google and Apple have now been rejecting all games that had the title in their name as Flappy. In any case, the word Flappy is now banned on both Apple and Google, stopping any new apps with the word title Flappy. Now, I want to say I'm happy to see this happen. Flappy Bird's developer, the guy who created the game, said that he didn't want to give people the game anymore. So he took it down, and all these other people took advantage of him taking it down and started making the same game for themselves, pretty much, with the same title. I find it great that Apple is kind of backing the developer in this case. He wanted the game down and nobody to play it. So I guess Google and Apple, in a way, were kind of doing that honoring request, and they both made sure that nobody else could create a game like this that had the same title. I want to just go ahead and say that I find this to be impressive. I don't know of many companies that would have a hot game like Flappy Birds and deliberately lose money because they were doing things that were right. I believe that this was the best approach that they could have possibly done. If the developer himself didn't want his content to be out there with the name Flappy Birds, then it shouldn't be somebody like your average Joe just starting up a game, copying the code pretty much, using a different pipe, maybe turn it into a trees, maybe use a beaver and call it like Flappy Beaver or something. Who knows, but you get the instance in the same case pretty much. They were doing that and making money off of his creation, and I find that extremely wrong, you know. I'm one of the people that are really for copyright. If you go around stealing music and using it for your own gain and then using it for your own money, it's kind of hypocritical, don't you think? But like I said, I think that this was the best approach that Apple and Google could have possibly done. I think it's good to see this go in the right approach. I know a lot of games over the years have been pulled, or not even pulled, but just lost popularity, and somebody goes ahead and steals the name and adds like a 2 or 3 after it, and that automatically makes their creation theirs pretty much on the Android and Google market. So, like I said, I'm just happy to see that they're working on fixing these problems. Anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. My name, of course, is Multi-Kills HD, and I'm out.